What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Chewy84 from the Alternate Reality Network, and we are back, baby, with some Marvel Strike Force content. So it has been a couple weeks since my last video. I had 2 weeks on holiday in Australia. I had a conference in New Zealand. I came back. My car stopped working. My computer blew up. Super long story. Definitely for another day. So I thought we need to get back into some content. Got my computer back about an hour ago, so let's do this. What are we going to start with? I think the best thing I could possibly do is to deliver on a promise. So there's a couple of guys that were asking around on YouTube and also on Discord to see exactly how Ultron changes the dynamics of the Fear the Darkness mode. And as you're about to see, they should rename it that the Darkness Fears Ultron, because he kicks unbelievable butt. In this game mode, in every game mode, you're kind of seeing him everywhere now. I'm sorry that we showed people the way of how to get him so quickly, but he is a hell of a lot of fun. So we're going to run through today. I'm actually going to be trying a team that I haven't done before. As many of you who have been listening to the podcast for a long time know, I've had the worst luck when it comes to Nick Fury in regards to getting those yellow serum O2s. All right. So this is our previous run rewards. So what I'm going to run today is I finally had the serum rewards, the piss jar rewards, whatever you want to eloquently call them. I finally got them for Fury. So let's have a look at this node. Yeah, this is not a great Fury node. I'd probably prefer to keep JJ really because of the debuff heavy nature of this node. But let's do it anyway. When we've got Ultron, we can probably dick around a little bit. All right, so let us do this. Who are we going to use? Who are we going to use? Let's slap our buddy Nick Fury in the middle. Let's get ourselves a Minerva next to him because, of course, you're going to use that. Let's get Ultron on the other side of Fury. Let's get Star-Lord to feed that sweet, sweet energy over there. And then one of my favorite tunes in the game, the Shield Security. So that looks like a pretty great team to me. Very interchangeable with the characters I've got. I don't necessarily recommend getting as many of these characters in. As many of you know, I kind of failed upwards by starting with a very, very average team and then, you know, getting what I needed as we went. This team is the one that I think is probably the best. Maybe you could switch Fury out for Groot or Quake or JJ. I think there's a lot of options here. But let's stop talking with this jibber jabber and get straight into this. All right. So, it definitely makes this game mode a hell of a lot more fun with Ultron. It's still grindy, it's still chipping away at the health bars of everyone. It's still, you know, just thinking, which one of my characters is going to die? Let's hope and pray it's not Minerva. Alright, so let's get that off with Fury to start the match. I don't really want to slow, but at the same time, I don't really want to nuke him either. Alright, we got a buff assist there. Buff removal assist. This doesn't happen. Alright, so let's stop Doctor Strange from being able to do his thing. Alright, so that's Minerva. We got no one in dire health needs right now, so let's just do a little bit of this up in here. So one of the downsides of not having my Quake, God, I love when Fury misses all of that, is basic, or not even having my JJ, is that buff removal. So not being able to strip taunts off people, that kind of sucks. But in saying that, when you've got your Ultron, does it matter as much? Probably not. Alright, as you can see, that is a hell of a lot of damage in any other game mode but this. It's kind of a wasted heal, but let's just spread all the debuffs, all the buffs anyway. Let's use our Minerva, fully heal our team, not that we need it. Alright. Yeah, we want to get that energy feedback onto Minerva, so we'll definitely use this. Yeah, you know what? It's nice having all these buffs, but I think you get them enough with Ultron anyway. I think I might be changing my perspective. I think that maybe the better combo is actually with JJ on this particular node. I think my hunch may have been right. We need to start punching some gear into this Strange, though, because otherwise he's just going to sit there and res things. Having that defense up across everyone is so much nicer. For those of you that watched the original videos that I did going through to unlock Ultron the first time, dude, it is so much nicer having that defense up almost permanently on this squad. Alright, so who did we lose there? I probably shouldn't have done that summons because I may not be able to res them with too many players on the board. Let's see how we go. Alright. Maybe it's just a minion. Let me just check. Star-Lord's there. Minerva's there. Fury's there. No, everyone's there. I'm losing my mind, people. Alright. I tell you what, it's nowhere near as satisfying using the Ultron ult in this mode compared to what it was, say, in Arena or Alliance Wars, where you are just punching death holes through things. I'm definitely missing my ability to get through these buffs, though. I think if I had another choice for this, I don't think I'd bring Fury. They've got too much. Scarlet Witch, should have killed her too. It's rookie mistakes, kids. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. But then again, if you only had 5 characters, you wouldn't have that flexibility anyway, right? So let's say that this was your 5. Alright. Jeez, we're getting some holes punched here. There we go. We finally get that buff removal from Drax. We do have a little bit of buff removal through Ultron and a couple of his minions as well. So some of them do take and steal some of the buffs that they have on their side. It's okay. It's nowhere near as frequent as, I guess, you know, being able to reliably take half of them off with JJ. So I think coming up against a Juggernaut with this particular team, for example, would definitely slow down your ability to rip through a node. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is not going badly by any means, but it's not sexy. You know, I'm definitely not going to be running through this for a super fast time. I do not care enough about these portraits, but yeah, at the same time, I spent so much time playing through this, the first and the second runs. It's just nowhere near as much fun on the next one through. But as you can see, I mean, the health bar consistency across this team is so much better. You know, we're barely really getting many heals off with the Minerva at all. The defense up is absorbing and mitigating a lot of damage. One of the downsides of having 2 minion summoners in the sense of Fury and Ultron, though, is you probably noticed a few times that I'm pointing. You can't see where I'm pointing. You probably noticed that some of the energy that's coming off Star-Lord is actually going to that Ultron minion over here. So that's, I guess, wouldn't be great if we weren't so concerned by having the team that we have. Alright, get rid of you. Mordo's turn to die. Then I think we will take on the Iron Man. Alright, we do need to be careful. There's a bit of bursting coming because we're going to have the defense downs from Spidey. We do have some heal blocks up. In saying that, Minerva's turn is coming up, so we can get that heal on everyone anyway. Not a big deal. I tell you, if I had a little bit of time and was just like a Kraken, I tell you someone who I'd love to test out in this game mode, and this is a bit of a wild card, but it's actually Rescue. I think that her paired with Ultron could be just stupidly annoying on this mode. I think it'd be a waste for 99.9% of players, but it'd be fun. If I had a test account or something like that, it'd be something that I would knob around a bit with. Alright, we got blinds on shield security. We got a stun up there. Okay. Mordo's time to die. I'm sick of him getting heals. Alright. Now, you might be wondering, Chew, why do you keep using Ultron's summon ability? It's just to refresh the defense up. Not that you really need it with Fury kicking around the park, but yeah, it's quite nice anyway. Alright, keep chipping away. So as you can see, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be doing so much damage that you're ripping through this game mode, but the survivability increased with Ultron and Fury combined. Mwah. As you can see, the debuffs, the heal blocks, the defense downs, they're not really mattering right now. It just does not matter. I mean, having so many T4 abilities invested in the Ultron is very helpful. I don't have the passive, which you may have seen from my Ultron breakdown video. In this game mode, it pretty much proves exactly why. If you're not getting regular kills, then there is no point in having it because you're not going to be refreshing those abilities on your toon anyway. So you want those new buffs because you're not going to be extending the old ones. Now, I actually think this is probably dumb because he's going to dodge it anyway, but 109k. Eat it, Spider-Mans. Alright, bye-bye to Buddy Mordo. Just keep topping it off. I tell you what, the healing minions that throw the defense up as well for Ultron, they're bloody good in how consistently they get your team up. I cannot tell you how many times it has saved my butt. I'm just going to blind that Spider-Man there. I can't tell you how many times it's saved my butt in Arena. I've had some really, really horrendous RNG starts in Arena recently where Rocket has somehow gotten an offense up out of the gate, you know, got an energy and just pumped a couple of members of my team. And yeah, just being able to top off the rest of your team in between heals is beautiful. Alright. I think we'll start chipping down this Iron Man. I apologize for my voice, by the way. I'm still shaking off this flu. It's one of those real pain in the butt things that when you have a 19-hour flight back from New Zealand, there's always someone that is sick on the plane, and I swear to God, they have licked everything that I slept on. Because it's just phenomenal how many times I get sick on this plane. Alright, so I'm not talking anywhere near as much strategy as I did in the last videos because it's just all about spamming all of your abilities consistently, you know, blinding your top end targets, get that energy to Minerva where you can. She's playing a significantly less role in this team than she normally would. You know, as you can see, it's been nearly 7 turns since she was able to use this ability, her ultimate, and yet everyone's pretty much topped off. Like that perma defense up is what, the 8th time I've said this? And those heal top offs from that Ultron minion, so good, buddy, so good. Alright, what are you? You're a Royal Guard. You have Kree friends. Super Kree friends! Ah, there's a TV show that's waiting to happen. The Super Kree friends. It'll be boring blue people taking themselves way too seriously. But, Marvel, if you do take that idea, I want 20 cents on the dollar. Like that'll happen. Alright. Doosh. Do we want to waste an ult on that? He's got an offense up. Let's do it on... Don't dodge it. I said don't dodge it, Spider-Man. My God. Never listened to me, that kid. He's changed since Tony. I mean, that'll change a person, I guess. Alright. So yeah, we're literally just going to keep chipping away. Do you know what? I'm just going to use this offensively. Screw it. I mean, what else are we doing here? Really? Just killing some time. So I'm not going to do the whole playthrough of this. I'm only just going to do this first node. It was requested by a couple of people because they wanted to see how much does Ultron change it. So my advice to everyone out there, if you have made it this far into the video, is when you are going to do your second run, if you don't hate yourself, I would recommend taking Ultron up to gear 13, then do your second run. Because, man, does it make it easy. And when he is 7-star with all of his T4s, like he is now, makes your third run even easier. So, I'm just falling more and more in love with the idea of Ultron. So, it's a character that I think Foxnext underestimated how easy it was to actually get this guy. Like, when you focused, as many of you have now done, as I have done, on just getting Ultron, any free-to-play player can get this guy. Because it doesn't really necessarily mean you have to have the best characters in the game. You just have to have 5 characters at T13. It might take you 4 or 5 days if you have the best team possible. It might take you a month if you have a really crappy Suicide Squad. But as a free-to-play community, you don't have to spend a cent to get Ultron, the most powerful character in the game. And that's something that I really, really commend Foxnext on doing. So, whether it was intended or not, I don't know, but it's a very happy side effect that, you know, seeing how many people have him in Alliance Wars now makes me feel real good and real bad at the same time. Real good that I think for the community, you know, having this character to be able to blast through all this content is awesome. But then bad in the sense that now I have to kill Ultrons. So, yeah. But it's making Alliance War so much more interesting. I mean, the Menardians are a hell of a squad. They're probably the meta squad in Alliance War right now on defense. But, you know, any squad that involves Ultron, there's a lot of playing around. I don't think there's a perfect defense yet. I'm thinking about playing a gamble. I don't want it to cost my Alliance too much, but I've got a feeling that there might be some kind of synergistic possibility with Rescue on an Ultron defense team. So, you're probably thinking, Chewy, you've lost it, man. You've lost it. But if you think about Ultron minions, as painful as they are, someone's probably going to hit your Ultron with, let's say, a Menardians team. Like, they're going to blast it with a rocket, or they're going to come in with a Fury. If your minions have a barrier up, oh, it's just, it's painful how irritating that could be to try and kill. right, we've got this Spidey. So yeah, I want to mess around with Rescue. I've got her at 4 red stars. I will be doing a video somewhere in the next week. Maybe this has come out already. Depends on when I post this particular video. But I think she's got some potential use with certain characters in Alliance War. Should you buy her right now? Probably not. I think you can wait. If she ends up being a requirement character for something like X-Men, I'm gonna be mad. But we'll see. We will see. But on that note, that is something I could not be more pumped about right now, is the X-Men coming to the game. To say that they're arena defining, we'll wait and see. I mean, at the moment they're calling Wakanda the premier raid team. I don't know that I agree with that. I think Wakanda is a fine team. I don't think they are the premier raid team. I still think the title of that goes to my boy right here, Nick Fury, and his boys. But who knows what Ultima 7's going to bring. You know, if it's got a Wakandan bonus or something crazy like that, maybe they get their time to shine. Alright. Now, I haven't really been playing sensibly as I would, just because I know I have an OP squad. In regards to, you know, mitigating their turn meter, which obviously some of the Ultron minions do. I'll show you that ability when it comes up next. And killing them all relatively close together, like you saw previously, so that you can control the drops. So these abilities here, okay? So if you have a look, changing the speed bar on this character by minus 30%. Better than the operative. Alright, it's pretty darn good. And it does allow you, with Ultron, to be able to do a wee little bit of turn meter management. Which is, as many people know, I think the best mechanic in the game, probably the most OP, is that if you can build a turn meter management with a speed up, speed down mechanic, you're going to win in pretty much any game mode. Because the burst don't matter. Alright, we need to do a little bit of work on this Elektra. And then there'll probably be a Minerva heal we could proactively use to kill if we wanted to. Although we're going to get a full wave on the next drop. Alright, I got a little bit too excited. It seems someone had a massive counter and decided to get carried away. Tisk tisk. Must have been Ultron. Alright, I definitely saw a laser beam, so I'm going to call Ultron. Alright, we did lose a minion there. Alright, so let's thin the herd a little bit more. Let's take out these 3 low boys. Or girls in the cases of Elektra. She's someone that I hope gets a rework in the future. Elektra has always been a pretty cool character. I really want to kill Scarlet Witch here too. Oh, man. I actually... This is the first run I've had through where I had both Fury and Ultron. And how much of a difference that perma defense up. Man, I gotta stop saying it. It's probably irritating you. You're probably thinking, Chew, you've said it already. I know. But, man, so good. So good. I don't know if this team could one-shot the Ultron node, though. I will find out at some stage. I might record that next time I actually hit back on Ultron to say, is this the perfect team? I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll find out. Alright, what do we got? 12 characters left. Royal Guard can get out of my face. Oh man, it's the first time in a while someone's been dead. They've been hating Star-Lord on this run, I've noticed. I mean, sure, we're all a little bit mad at him for the first run around on Thanos. He messed up. I think he gets that. Geez, the energy feed onto Minerva is so much lower with the minions team. Even though I've got Ultron way down the bottom there, the placement of those minions don't do great things. Alright, for those of you wondering, Spider-Man is actually my primary target, but I'm just trying to get everyone to relatively even health for these last couple of drops. Alright. Yeah, let's do that. There's only 3 of them. That should be enough to nearly full health me. You look like you need a slow, buddy. Looks like you need to chill out. Schwarzenegger, Batman Forever. Look it up. Man, so much cheese in that movie. The one where George Clooney had nipples on the batsuit. Alright. Literally just wheedling their health down a little bit. Bit by bit, so we can drop them all at the same time. Now, for those of you that have actually asked me this question, people have asked, Chewbacca, why don't you use the video guides on msf.gg that very clearly show you when the minions drop when you kill things? And I would actually recommend that you guys do that, alright? Or when you watch these videos, you're going to see when something drops anyway. The reason that I don't do it when recording videos is that it's just not interesting to me. Like, if you were to sit here and I'm going, alright, so when I kill these two guys, it's going to mean that there's going to be this guy drop at exactly this time. No one wants to see that. You know, everyone wants to watch me like an idiot going, is it going to drop? And then it doesn't. And we all get unexcited. But then it does. And then we're excited again. This flu medication is obviously kicking my butt. Alright, we're getting closer. So I think if you have a really high star rocket or something like that, you could probably afford to start dropping them in and lose a little bit of the support characters here. Like, I'm actually wondering how much work my security's actually putting in right now. You know, if I went to a full defensive option, admittedly this node doesn't have too many huge belting characters. I mean, yep, Spidey's got a hell of a nuke. Korath has got a hell of a nuke. This attack will not clear taunt, that we don't want to do it. That should clear taunt though. Beautiful. Alright, now this Doctor Strange, we do not want to get a turn, because if he does, I have way too many buffs. Alright, so if we blind him, that threat's taken away anyway. But I still want him to die, because he gave up the time stone. Alright. Chipping away, chipping away. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 2 characters that are going to drop. So maybe 1 death, maybe 2. Who knows? Well, MSF GG knows, but we just talked about that. Yeah, let's do this. Now, that's one of the few things that will not hit, by the way, is if you are trying to use the Minerva, it will go past Death Proof, which is awesome. One of my favorite mechanics in the game. But it can be dodged. I think I mentioned this before as well. If you have a blind up on Minerva, do not waste a 7 energy cooldown, because it's not going to hit anything. Alright, that's nearly a bye-bye Strange. There's the bye-bye Strange. Mordo. God, I hate Mordo in raids. And Fear the Darkness. He's just got one of those faces in this game that just makes you want to punch it, like, hard in the face. That's okay. Alright, we'll just keep nuking down this Mordo, and then it will just be a matter of prioritizing after that. So I'd say probably... I would say Iron Man after Mordo. No, Spider-Man after Mordo, although his dodging is super annoying. Then Iron Man, then the Korath, Elektra, and then lastly... Oh my god, there was a Drax there this whole time? He was standing so still. Alright, and then Drax last, because why is Gamora? Alright. So yeah, this is pretty much how the Ultron train gets going. Once it is up and running, you are going to smash things really hard, really frequently. I actually need a heal up on Minerva. Super bad. Next turn she'll get a full health, so that's fine. As long as she doesn't die. Who's our threats? Spidey's probably got a nuke up. No, he had his defense, but it is on Minerva. So he's in the danger zone. Alright, let's get rid of this Mordo. That was overkill. He had so many bleeds it wouldn't have mattered. I don't think I want you to go yet, Mr. Korath, because I want my gal Minerva to live. So let's just turn me to manage these guys. Make sure we get her turn off next. I don't think we'll need that yet. We'll wait till he's got an offense up. And there we go. Now she's back at full health. Skadoosh. Now back to the original plan. Alright, so I know it's probably pretty Captain Obvious to many of you out there, but as you start getting into the last wave, manage the team. So slow them down where you can. This is where if you've got a Quake, she's going to come in. When you get down to your last 2 or 3 characters, obviously be very aware of Ultron's cooldowns. You want him to have his summon up no matter what. It doesn't matter if he doesn't have his ult up. It's not a big deal. But his summons are so essential to the start of any of these matches if you want it to just be cruising. RNG can still mess you up. I think one of my runs in... I think it was my second run of Fear the Darkness. I definitely had RNG screw me once or twice. Where it just, you know, everyone just decided to gang up on Minerva and just scratch her eyes out. And, yeah, I should have used his ult there. Just rushing too much. Alright. But, yeah, for those of you that watched the whole first series of Fear the Darkness from me when I was unlocking this guy, it's so much less stressful. It's so much less stressful. There's a lot more green over here than there was last time. Usually it was everyone just hanging into the red going, oh my god, please let the energy go to her. And just letting Minerva carry the team. Alright, so if we can get through here without having to let Minerva do any more of her ults, that would be fantastic. Now if there's one thing more important than making sure you've got Ultron's abilities off cooldown, it is this. You must have him at full health. 99.9% is not enough. You need maximum health. Why, ladies and gentlemen? Because if you do not, he will not res when he dies. When you go into the next node. You always want to make sure that no matter whether you're doing Raid, whether you're doing Fear the Darkness, and that's why if you're attacking a Ultron in Alliance War, by the way, and you know that you're going to fail, like let's say you killed a rocket or something next to him, or a vision, whatever it is, make sure that you kill the healer at least, and take a scratch, just a tiny scratch off that Ultron, so that your buddy, when he comes in, is going to be able to finish off that party for you. Because otherwise, yeah, your buddy's going to have to kill him twice, just like you were trying to. So even if you didn't drop Ultron, if you get a scratch off on him on Fear the Darkness, let your buddies know, let them know the boost is gone, and then yeah. So that is how much easier. Now look, the first node, I get it. It is so unbelievably easy. But when you... No rewards. God, I hate that. So he is so unbelievably good at maintaining that team. This is probably what I think is going to be the smoothest team all the way through. I think that, yeah, you could probably go a little bit faster with JJ on some nodes. Maybe Pyro has his place. Maybe Quake has her place. I can interchange in between any of those three. But I'd have to say at the moment, if someone said to me, what is the 5 best characters you could take into Fear the Darkness? That would probably be it. The team that you just saw. Which, one last reminder, we have Shield Security, Ultron, Nick Fury, Minerva, and Star-Lord. Now, you may not have had the uniques roll that way for you. You may have to pick something else. When it comes to this game mode, there are really no wrong answers. It's just what's going to go through quickly, what's going to take a lot longer. So, for the guys that requested this video, I hope you got what you want. Thank you very much for the support you guys have shown to me and the show. Now, we will have the alternate reality website. It has been delayed a little bit. It'll be up and running at the end of May, so stay tuned for that one. Make sure you download and listen to the Strikeforce Masters of Launch. If you enjoy what you hear, we do have a Patreon set up with that as well, with my podcast partner, Big Roy Awesome. But that's enough of the promotion for this week. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Cheers.